Welcome to the Confidently Balance Your Hormones podcast. My name is Davidson, and I'm a hormone health expert, master mindset coach, and multiple wellness business entrepreneur. I'm obsessed with helping you experience hormone balance, confidence, self-love, and live a life full of joy. I know we're about to have so much fun together, so thank you so much for pushing play today. And now let's begin. Welcome to the Confidently Balance Your Hormones podcast. This is your guide, D. Davidson, and in this episode, we're going to dive deep into the world of hair tissue mineral analysis, otherwise known as HTMA testing. HTMA testing is a powerful tool for uncovering valuable insights into your body's mineral levels and overall health. I'm even more excited to share with you that I've created an HTMA self-guided course on my website, which is confidentlyloveyourself.com. And right now, when you enroll, you're going to also get a HTMA test to get going with the self-guided course and see where your body's at with the mineral levels, deficiencies, and what the HTMA test is going to reveal about your current state of health. How exciting is that? HTMA is a simple test that I think needs to be done at least once a year, if not more. If you decide to enroll in my self-guided course, I do recommend that once you finish your protocol, which is usually 3 or 4 months, you retest again and see how things have shifted. How are you looking? And keep in mind that some of the things we're going to talk about take longer than others to heal. So at the 3 or 4 month period, you may have made some progress or a little progress. However, you are the captain of your ship here, if you will, or your vessel, and now have the insight, which is a true gift from above, to have these results and know your state of health. And you can keep tweaking and of course, reach out for help and support in regard to your results. But it's really, really, truly a gift. It's fairly inexpensive. It's easy to do. It tells us a lot of information about your current state of health and what your body's needs are, what the healing opportunities are. And the reason you need to do the test, again, more than once is because we're constantly being exposed to different life stressors. Maybe you're exposed to a bacteria. Maybe you have been skipping meals due to stress. Maybe you have hit sugar because it's the holidays. So sometimes we eat better than other times. There sometimes is more work stress, family stress. We go through transitions, exposures to travel. You may have had COVID or a different illness. You may have had to take medication, or maybe you're on a new medication longer term now. Maybe you're planning to conceive. This is a great test for anyone that you know who is going to start trying to conceive. It is such a gift to know the state of health before you go into that process. I wish I had known about HTMA testing when I was going through the process of conceiving. I bet it would have uncovered a whole slew of healing opportunities that I did not have any insight on. It's a great way to prepare your body and to have the best possible outcomes with your pregnancy and for your baby. It's also great if you're in perimenopause and you're like, what the heck is going on with my body? I'm not understanding. Or if you're in menopause and you're like, oh my gosh, I am not liking how I'm feeling, loss of sleep, things we're going to talk about, night sweats, changes in body composition, all of that stuff. And post-menopause. Now you have this new body. It's a real thing. Your hormones have shifted and you're in post-menopause. Let's see how the chips are falling or how your mineral balance are. Do you have enough of things? Do you have any kind of toxicity, inflammation, things like that? So really this test is a great reading on your state of health for anybody listening. And I highly recommend it because it is so inexpensive in the world of functional labs. And it's a great place to start if you've never done any functional labs. All right, so let's get to unlocking the secrets of optimal health together using HTMA testing. You just heard some of the benefits, but again, if you have any chronic health issues, if you have fatigue, you feel like you're tired, afternoon crashes, hormonal imbalances, painful periods, heavy bleeding during your periods, not normal, my friends. You're nauseous during your periods, you have really bad PMS or PMDD, you're experiencing night sweats, mood swings, irritability. Any of this sound familiar? Digestive problems, bloating, brain fog, trouble concentrating, weight management issues, or again, just anyone who would like a baseline reading on their current health, this is a great place to start. You hear me talk about bio-individuality if you follow me on Instagram, or if you've been listening to this podcast or follow me on Facebook, because it's very, very important to test, not guess. It is important to seek personalized testing. If you are seeking to optimize your personal health, then why would you just take random advice on what your sister or your friend's doing or the latest influencer? You want to optimize your health with personalized testing for your well-being and preventative measures. Knowing ahead of a serious disease is the key to prevention. Unfortunately, in our U.S. healthcare system, we are way more reactive, and I hear time and time again from my clients that they don't even have the ability to get labs covered by insurance or have their doctor order labs until they jump through a series of hoops. Because when the labs code for insurance, they need an actual diagnosis, which is very upsetting. Where in the world of functional health, we look at prevention, and we're not looking to diagnose you. We're looking to help your body get back to a state of ease and homeostasis so that you can heal. That's how the body's constantly seeking. You can either go to a state of balance or a state of dis-ease. Get it? Disease. So this is a great way to be proactive. And again, it's not an expensive test. So it's a great tool. The HTMA test is a great tool for you to be proactive about your health, be an advocate for your health. And your traditional physician, again, will not be able to provide this test. Make sure you don't just order it through someone who's not familiar with HTMA, that you get support around it. Very, very important. But think about this low-cost investment for the amazing scientific data that it's going to provide you. And, again, it's probably the cost of a date night out with your significant other or a night out with your friends. And you're going to be just amazed. You can see some of the testimonials on my website around this testing. And just people are floored at how their energy skyrockets, how their mood improves, how they start to release weight, how perimenopause, menopause symptoms start to clear up, and, really, really good stuff. So I love the HTMA test because it is so simple. You don't have to get a blood draw. You don't have to schedule to go to a lab. The process of collecting a hair sample, that's what you're going to be doing, is collecting a hair sample, is simple, it's non-invasive, it's convenient, and as soon as you enroll on that self-guided course, which again can be found at confidentlyloveyourself.com under self-guided courses, the test ships right away directly to your home. You'll receive an easy to follow instruction guide, and it's really, really easy, right to your doorstep. You just go ahead and collect a hair sample for analysis. It tells you exactly where to collect it. Also, my self-guided course will have some instruction on that. Certain pieces of your hair will be cut. No worries, you can do it right underneath by your neck where it's not going to show, even if you're concerned about that. You'll just be asked to cut a small amount of hair from the back of your head, close to your scalp is fine. And the hair should be clean and free from any hair treatments, gels, styling stuff, any of that. You want your hair to be clean so that it's not tainted. That's a whole other topic. Remember that your hair products are affecting your health. So make sure you're using clean hair products. And if you're looking for some guidance on that, my inbox is always open on Instagram at confidently_love_yourself. I also post a lot of my favorite products on Instagram, so you can scroll through there. But those products, your scalp absorbs up to 100% of whatever's going on in your scalp, which is why the HTMA test is so powerful and tells so much. And so you want to be careful what you're putting on your scalp. Goes right into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. And think of things that come in a patch form, right? Nicotine, there's insulin patches, birth control patches, right into your bloodstream. It doesn't go through your regular, normal filtration system, like when you eat something and it goes down your digestive system, your kidneys, all that stuff. So be careful, my friends. All of that stuff is affecting your health as well. Back on track here. So if you dye your hair like I do, not shaming you if you dye your hair. I haven't found real quality hair dye that's 100% non-toxic. That does not exist. If you ever find one, I'd love to hear about it. So you have to wait until your hair grows a little over an inch to be able to collect the sample. And I know, I thought, oh crap. I actually went to my hairstylist to do it because I didn't want to have like a big clump of my hair missing. Not that you will, I just know myself. This is crafts and cutting and things. That's probably would have gone very wrong. So my hairstylist, she was able to make it really simple for me. And she said, Dee, you don't have enough hair growth yet. So I had to go back in a couple of weeks. The good thing is that your hair does grow fairly quickly. If it doesn't, that's another conversation and a reason to have your HTMA test, because hair growth, brittle nails, dry skin, that's all sign of mineral deficiencies and imbalances. And the good news is that nowadays there's so many root touch-up powders, you can get through it and it's worth it to deal with the roots. Just, as long as you don't have a wedding coming up or a big event, then you'll be in the clear. So once you clip the small sampling of hair, it's not a lot of hair, you collect the sample, you put it in the envelope they provide with the instructions. Make sure you seal the envelope securely so that your hair doesn't get lost in the mail. And the next step is that they're going to, at the lab, interpret the lab. They will email me as the practitioner, because you do have to be a licensed practitioner, the sample and results. They won't mail me the sample. They're not going to mail me your hair sample. They're going to mail me the results of your sample. And then I will forward on to you via email once they analyze that. And then you'll receive a detailed report outlining your mineral levels, the ratios, and any potential toxic metal exposure. You will log back into your app. You will have an app with your self-guided course, and you'll be able to go through the blueprint that I created. It's a blueprint that takes you through each marker and say that you're high in calcium, like way too high. You've created calcium shell around your cells, which is not a good thing. This is an example of why you should have an HTMA test, and you should not be just randomly taking supplements because doctors are saying, take calcium, take calcium, take calcium. Your bones aren't even made up of calcium, by the way. And high calcium can be really dangerous. So I don't advise people to just take calcium pills or calcium supplements. It can create a calcium shell around your cells, and then nutrients can't get through to the cell. And what do you think happens to your body? It just kind of withers away, right? So this example is something that might come up on your test, and then you would go to the blueprint where I show you, hey, if you have high calcium, this is how we're going to work on breaking it down. So you'll get your report from me via email. How long does it take? Well, it can take 4 to 6 weeks. It's usually pretty quick, but I like to give longer term estimates, and then you'll be happy if you get it in a couple of weeks. It can reveal things like the calcium shell. It can reveal that your mineral levels are high, low, wherever they're at, and things that it looks for in your hair, or minerals it looks for: calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, iron, potassium, sodium, and a bunch of other things that are really, really important to your vitality and health. These minerals play vital roles in numerous psychological processes such as your energy production. So again, if you're fatigued, if you're anxious, that's also energy. That's energy that's not being channeled out of your body and making you feel anxiety or nervousness or, cramps in your legs or muscle functions, nerve transmission, hormone regulation, enzyme activity, your bone health, all very important to all of your systems. So we'll see where are these minerals laying, where are they on that scale? And by analyzing the mineral levels, the HTMA test can identify, again, deficiencies, excesses like the calcium that can contribute to some pretty big health issues. So it's very preventative. It also looks at imbalances because too much of anything is not a good thing. So looks at imbalances. I've had a lot of people supplementing randomly. No, we're trying to do the best we can. We read that, women over 40 need to take a multivitamin or whatever it is. And now you didn't need that because you get a lot of minerals and things through your water, quality water. That's a whole other topic. Through your food and nutrition and things like that. So it's important to not just supplement randomly and make sure that you know what your body actually needs to target it. You'll also get some mineral ratios because, as I just said, certain things balance each other out. And the HTMA testing will evaluate the ratios between different minerals. The ratios are going to provide you with valuable insights into the interactions and relationships between minerals, which can, again, impact your overall health and well-being. And it will tell you, like, hey, this mineral ratio is off. And what happens when this mineral ratio is off? You could get dizziness, you could get headaches, all of these things that are cleared up for you, where you might say, oh my gosh, that's why I keep getting a headache after I work out. I didn't realize that, my mineral balance was off. Another example is calcium to magnesium ratio is an indicator of cardiovascular health, and zinc to copper is associated with your immune function and oxidative stress, which oxidative stress is, hey, how are you doing with the state of your cells? Are they oxidizing quickly? Is your biological age, the age of your cells, getting really sped up by oxidative stress as they're damaged at a cellular level? So a lot of insight. And by assessing mineral ratios, HTMA testing can also identify imbalances to guide targeted interventions and to restore your balance. So we need some balance with our minerals. Minerals are so underrated. People don't talk about them enough. It's so important. We also will see toxic metal exposure. I'm going to tell you that this toxic metal exposure, such as lead, mercury, arsenic, aluminum in the hair, is generally from things like your environmental exposure to water, food, lifestyle factors like smoking, certain occupations, things like that. If you're looking to find out if your silver fillings have contaminated your body, which I highly recommend getting them out of your mouth. They are leaking into your bloodstream and highly toxic to you. And if you need to get them removed, make sure you get a smart certified dentist who wears the proper gear, ventilation, and that stuff's not leaking into your body when they take them out and put in safe fillings. But this hair mineral test is not going to be the right test for that type of metal toxicity. You'll want a blood test, which I can also order for you. Just reach out to me at d@confidentlyloveyourself.com. If you have silver fillings, I highly recommend either testing for toxicity, heavy metal toxicity, or I know that your insurance won't cover 100%. They sometimes cover a portion. I'm in the process of finishing mine. That's my goal for this year. I had a lot of those silver fillings. My health has tremendously improved, even with the ones that I have removed, and you want those out of your body. So again, this test will not be the right test for that type of toxic metal exposure, but food, water, lifestyle factors, if you have a certain occupation like plumbers might be, exposed to certain things, welders, things like that. So On to the next thing. Excessive exposure to toxic metals can have a detrimental effect on your health. Toxic heavy metals are horrible. They're bioaccumulative. They store in your fat cells. You need fat to survive. They're very difficult to detox from. Those are when I talked about in the beginning of this podcast that some things take longer than others. Heavy metals, depending on the level in your body, you might even require chelation, which is something that I don't do. But depending on where you're at, can be really, really stubborn to get out of your body. But you do want to evaluate heavy metals because of things like dementia, Alzheimer's, cognitive issues, Parkinson's. A lot of studies in regard to heavy metals and these neurological diseases and disorders. Also contribute to oxidative stress. We just talked about that, the biological aging of your cells. But oxidative stress is also associated with your chances of cancer coming to life, inflammation, development for chronic diseases, autoimmune, things like that, getting candida, if you've heard of that. And so by detecting toxic metal exposure, HTMA is going to enable you early intervention to mitigate potential health risks and minimize any further exposure. What a gift. Isn't that such a gift? So again, you're going to have a comprehensive assessment just with these little pieces of your hair, of your mineral levels, your ratios, your potential toxic metal exposure within the body. And you're going to have so many valuable insights to optimize your health, well-being, and your long-term vitality. So once you have this clearer picture of what's going on, you will be guided to address the healing opportunities using my FDN acronym DRESS. You might be wondering, all right, so I get these results. How the heck am I going to fix it? So we start with DRESS. The foundational piece of healing, whether you came to me for a bunch of functional labs or you don't need labs and you just want to address a few things, or you're doing this HTMA, is always the FDN acronym DRESS, which is diet. So we're going to look at nutrition. Do you need to eliminate certain foods to bring down certain levels? Do you need to increase certain foods to increase nutrient deficiencies? Are you eating every 4 hours? Like, we're going to look at all of your nutritional facets and how it's affecting your current state of health. And this readout that we get, we're going to look at rest. Like, are you resting? What's your sleep schedule? What are you doing at bedtime? Exercise. What are you doing for exercise? What are you doing for stress reduction, emotional stress release? What are you doing for, the nervous system, all of that. And then the last S in DRESS is supplements. And yes, you may need some supplements short-term or long-term, depending on how far down your body is driven into the ground right now. And age plays a factor as we get older. If we didn't address some of these things and you're in your 50s or 60s or 70s or 80s, you might need supplements that your body is craving because you're no longer able to produce those things, or no matter how much food, our food is so depleted, our soil is so depleted, you're not going to be able to recreate that. You may need some supplements. I'm not a big believer in putting people on, thousands of dollars of supplements a month. People get supplement fatigue. You forget to take them. And it's no different than prescription medication. So supplements are the last thing and only when necessary. Supplements are really helpful. Say you have heavy metal toxicity or a calcium shell, to help break that stuff down and detoxify. And detoxifying is part of this whole thing as well. When we look at stress, those toxins are under the S of stress. We talk about liver detoxification, opening your detox pathways, protocols, all of that is included in the self-guided course, because if we have to get rid of stuff, you want to be able to eliminate properly. And regardless, I teach you how to eliminate and help your body with ease detox on a daily, weekly, monthly, ongoing basis, because if you don't have any issues, that's a blessing. And starting to learn how to do some of this detoxing, castor oil packs, liver cleanses, things like that naturally through my course is just going to save you a whole lot of issues in the future. There will be a blueprint of your current lifestyle. So when I say that, I don't know what your lifestyle is. What I mean is that it's going to be a blank workbook. There's almost 200 pages. Don't be overwhelmed. but I want to give you as many case scenarios as possible, and you're only going to be looking at the things that pertain to you. So, again, someone could have high calcium, low sodium. You're just going to look at the pages that pertain to you, but there's a blueprint of your current lifestyle. So you're going to have to get really honest with yourself, because again, dress is the foundation of healing. So if you don't address your diet, rest, exercise, stress, detoxification, things like that, then you can't supplement your way back to health. You have to focus on those foundational things. And the blueprint is a workbook where you go through and you talk honestly with yourself about your current lifestyle and what needs to change based on your results and to help you with your future health. And then you'll create the necessary changes to address your HTMA results and also long-term longevity, not just to fix what's on your HTMA, because that's treating the paper. We treat the person, right? So you're going to self-treat yourself based on symptoms and how you feel, not just say, oh, well, this paper says this, so I'm going to do this. We have to put the whole thing together. And that's where the app comes into play. You'll access it from your phone or your laptop or your iPad. And you kind of like plug and play, watch the videos. There's also a comment section under each video so that you can ask general questions in regard to the blueprint or anything you have. You'll also be part of my private VIP Facebook community, my CLY VIP community, where you can connect with myself. I'm in there, and also hundreds of others who have, been in the community or done some sort of well-being work with me in the CLY community. And we're here to support you. You might have similar experiences that we can chime in on or make you feel at ease about or give you a little hope or understanding on. And I love the community piece. When I created CLY, I knew community was important. I kept hearing from my clients that they felt alone outside of me. Like, that's great, Dee, you're into holistic health. You understand, you're a wealth of knowledge, but their partner might not be on the same journey. Their partner might still be, drinking soda or not making the healthiest choices. And this is a reminder that you can't change others. You can only focus on what's in your control, and you are responsible for your own health. Maybe you'll inspire your partner or your friends, but ultimately I'm proud of you for taking the step to listen to this podcast. And if you go on to take the HTMA self-guided course and test, kudos to you, because we are responsible for our health. We cannot blame our partners. We cannot blame our doctors. We can't blame other people. And you're never alone when you are part of the CLY community. If you're not part of the free group on Facebook, I post in there just about daily tips, questions, events, and I'll put the link to join that in the show notes. If you just go into your app and you look under the episode description, you'll see a link there to join us. Make sure you follow on Instagram, again, confidently_love_yourself. And just know that I'm cheering you on. I'm here. My inbox is always open. And I love hearing from you. I love to hear if you took an HTMA test, what happened, how did it improve your health, what did you learn? Always love hearing from you, whether it be through an email, Instagram, however you want to connect with me. I love hearing your stories. I hope this episode has shed light on the power of HTMA testing, and you understand that it unlocks the secrets to your optimal health. This is such a gift. Remember that knowledge is power, and with HTMA testing, you can take a proactive step right here towards achieving your health and wellness goals. Just go to confidentlyloveyourself.com, self-guided courses, and you'll see it there. Until the next time, stay curious and be well. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Confidently Balancing Your Hormones. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to share it with a friend and also hit follow at the top of this podcast. If you have a couple of minutes and you can leave a quick review, it will help other women in need find this podcast. You can find me on Instagram at confidently_love_yourself. I would love to stay connected and hear from you.